Cookie Cat, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about the Floof crew here?
Floof crew with Pads and Zombie and Alex. Their stats are looking crazy. I won't even lie. Compared to Black Money Gaming, these guys are doing exceptionally well. You've got a good score average going between the two. Not even much, even like 100 difference between the top player in there and the bottom. But their goals, their saves, with Pads, I think, leading in that with the shots per game being a 3.2. You've got the highest in that with Pads as well, doing that goals per game at 1.2. It's crazy just looking at these stats like all the time, just coming through and seeing them. They're doing pretty good. I think they might take today's win.
Aerolax, what are your thoughts on Floof crew so far? I know that you got to play with them last week in their match, and it might have ended up being a loss, but you guys did put the fight to Black Money Gaming. So what's your thought on this squad as a whole?
I think as a whole, it was last week that Alex was added to that crew, so it was technically me, Zombie, and Alex that had never played together before. And the fact that we were able to take even just one game off of Black Money Gaming really just says something about how well Zombie and Alex specifically really mesh together. And I know that Pat is going to complement them very well as well. And I'd also like to point out that on the stats we saw there, Alex is actually currently second in saves per game, really just getting that back line down and just not letting anything through there. And that is going to be a very, very useful person to have on their team going into this game.
I agree. Definitely going to be a strong roster going forward. But that's not all, guys. We have another team here. They're going to be trying for this win too. And it's going to go ahead and be Kitten Corp. Cookie Cat, what can you tell me about this team?
Kitten Corp. It's got two of the players that I know on that. They're both pretty good players. If we see Joshi in the terms of where his stats are, being the MVP of that team, if we do see him come out on top and is all warm and ready to go, I think even though I did say the other team could win, if Joshi is on game today, they might take it. So if we see all of them as a team play nice, get all that pressure in and everything, these guys could be a really good match.
I definitely agree there. They had to have such good potential. Now, once again, Sharky Boy does have that #1 in MVP right now. However, you also have to remember that this is because that he did not play in his last match, and so he couldn't really gain MVPs from that as well. Also, you can see Teo on the bottom right there as the manager. They will be stepping out of the main roster to allow room for Docky to move in. So Joshy Boy, Bloomy, and Docky will be the members of that squad. And Docky, I haven't seen them play yet, but I definitely think that they are going to be a good addition to the squad. I think they're going to mesh pretty well. And I think Floof Crew is going to have a tougher time than they thought they might with this matchup going on. Now, with all of these EU players coming in, you guys might be wondering, how does this work? Usually we're NA based. Well, for this game, for this series, games 1, 2, 4, and 5 will be played on EU servers, and game 3 will be played on North American East. However, Docky is a North American West player. So, Aerolax, how do you think that lag is going to affect Docky's play? And do you think Kitten Corp will be at a bit of a disadvantage?
It's really hard to say here, because I know that Kitten Corp and Joshi in particular really like to play fairly fast, whereas Floof Crew is a lot more sort of grounded and a bit slower, but more consistent, really. So that lag might not have too much of a say in how the games go, but then again, I don't know how bad the lag can get from US West, especially on EU servers, but I've heard that it can get upwards of 150, which is very, very difficult, especially in like the high caliber games that we're seeing so far in this league here.
But we will be looking towards the striker himself, Joshy Boy, on that team, also known as Sharky Boy. Cookie, what can you say about this player in particular, and how do you think that he's going to help his team to move forward in this match to beat Floof Crew? Especially going against pads.
We are speaking of Daki, right?
Joshy.
Ah, Joshy. Joshy with the mechanics that he has and like all the stuff against pads, I think, like I said, if they put a lot of pressure against that one player with the rank difference that I'm seeing between the two, I do think Joshy could have a chance. It's not that far off. It is just one rank difference, but then again, you do have more skill, more mechanics in that SSL range. So Joshy has a little bit of work to do in terms of trying to take down this strong SSL player, but I think there's a chance that he could do it.
All right, well, let's talk about the other team here. Aerolax, what do you think Floof Crew needs to do to be able to take these guys down?
I think personally, like, again, as I said, like Joshy Boy in particular, I believe leading currently in shots. I might be wrong. I am indeed wrong, yes. But I know that Joshy Boy is very, very aggressive and really likes to just like pepper shots on net and just really put the defense on a lot of pressure. So I think what Floof Crew needs to do is just really lock that defense down and just try and not let anything get even close to the net so that nothing is really threatening going in.
I agree. Cookie Cat, who do you think is the star player of Floof Crew that we're going to need to watch out for?
Ooh. I know we pick on pads for being that like top player. I really do think I'm gonna pick an underdog here, and I'm gonna say Zami. I think Zami might be able to be that one top pick. We'll see if they can bring out what I'm saying in terms of predictions. It is a shot in the dark prediction, but I am super excited to see if that one comes out true.
All right, well, we are just going to be waiting just a second as teams are getting ready. They're in the lobby and waiting for the game lobby to come up. But let's end this little bit off of your guys' predictions. Who is your predictions for the winner of this series, and what's the series score going to be?
I think the series score in my books probably is going to be... I think this one could go to Game 5, honestly. Game 5, Kitten Corp takes it, Joshy being that MVP.
Aerolax, what about you?
You do make a good argument. However, I think I'm going to have to give the edge to Floof Crew as well as going into a Game 5. Solely because, as people always say, defense wins games. And Floof Crew, I feel, has the defense necessary to fend off the attacks from Kitten Corp and eventually win this entire thing.
All right, guys, NA production aside, we are back here, and we are ready to start our first match. I'm sorry, everybody, for that little production hiccup, but it's time to get going, guys. So, everybody, please put your hands together. It's Floof Crew versus Kitten Corp, and me and Aerolax on the cast. We will see you guys in game.
Here we go.
And here we are, guys. Game number 1. Getting ready. Floof Crew versus Kitten Corp. And as you can already see, a little bit of an overlay difference. We finally got colors figured out for all you guys in the chat who was confused by who was blue, who was orange. Now you got team colors. So now enjoy that when you can, if production doesn't mess it up. But we'll start out with a quick shot by pads. Alex, not going to be able to get a touch towards the net on that one. Going to leave it for Zami. Now Sharky in that Cybertruck. Daki with the demo, and it's going to be a shot off target, and Alex going to clear that over to the side.
Yeah, we're already seeing a lot of aggressiveness coming out from Kitten Corp here, but it seems that Floof Crew is getting a bit more of the side possession here. It looks like Kitten Corp just isn't really able to get it out of their side here. As soon as they clear it out, it looks like Alex here just on the back end, just constantly clearing this back to the Kitten Corp side. Now we see Pads trying to pass this back, but no one's there. Daki's going to take control of this. A bit of a double commit on the back line here. Sharky's going to try and control this around, possibly pass it middle, but sadly, neither of his teammates are there. So instead, trying to take this off the ceiling, backflips. Daki's going to get the redirect, and that is 1-0 for Kitten Corp in this first game.
And a good shot there. Good pass down off the ceiling by Sharky. Straight over to Daki for that one, and a good placement over to that bottom corner. Definitely a good start to see from them. We're going to have to see if they can continue on with that aggression and play going forward. Now Alex trying to get a touch on the ball. It's going to go over to Bloomy there. Zami not going to have boost, so can't really do much with this ball. Cleared out by Pads off of the shot from Sarky Boy. Zami was up for the touch, but not quite able to hit that one. Alex is going to be in the back line, putting this over towards the corner. And now Daki trying to clear this out. Pads with the shot, going to be stopped by Sharky, but it is a double commit. Luckily for Kitten Corp, they contain the ball and contain the possession, and they will not be punished for that. Alex and Pads with a little bit of a double commit there. Pads with a miss, and Bloomy trying to put this over towards the corner. Daki no touch on the ball, and Alex going to clear this one out. And we're seeing a couple of moves in from Floof Crew, but not quite able to put that shot in where it counts.
Yeah, and we're also seeing quite a few double commits from both teams here, just trying to get the grasp of each team here, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. And it looks like Floof Crew is getting close to figuring out something here, because they're now on the attack again. Zombie trying to put this one into the mid, but Daki just going to clear this one out, but he doesn't have possession, which will leave Alex to just clear it right back down to the Kitten Corp side. And Pads very close to getting that shot, but just barely saved out. Now trying to put it into the corner here. Alex is going to be up, but Sharky is going to beat him, showing that excess speed there that he has. And Pads trying to turn this one around, gonna take it slow, and that doesn't seem like it's really working here against this Kitten Corp crew, and they might have to figure something else out, because with 2 minutes left, it's starting to look like Kitten Corp is gonna take this first game.
Now Pads with control, going to try and beat out Bloomy. Bloomy with the dunk, though, towards net. Zombie is going to be able to save that. A good redirect, though, but Daki going to be right in the middle of that goal line waiting for it. Now Sharky up in the air, not going to be able to get another touch on that ball. Pads is going to move towards this. Only 60 boost, still enough to do something with, but the touch was heavy. And Sharky Boy just going to take advantage of that, going for the quick dunk. Alex trying to move this out of the corner, but not able to really move it that far. Pads is going to have to jump up for this quick. Over to Zombie, who gets a good touch on the ball, but not going to be able to follow this one up. Daki on the back line. Pads can't find the shot, and that's going to be one for Floof Crew that's given away there. They're going to want that one back.
Yeah, but we're seeing here, Floof Crew is starting to get a lot more opportunities on the offensive side here. But as I say that, Kitten Corp is now putting a lot of pressure on the Floof Crew defense, but Alex is finally able to get that one out there, and the free shot for Pads, and it's going to go in. Very close to the top left there, just showing that accuracy that you need to be SSL. Sharky just getting a slight mistouch there, and that's all that Pads needs to tie up this game.
And definitely good off of Pads there to be able to put that in. 55 seconds left. Both of these teams tied. It could go either way. However, Zombie needs to get that touch, and they do. Now Sharky over back towards the net. Pads is going to have to clear this one out. A good 50, and now you see Kitten Corp scrambling back, trying to get the save. It's going to bounce weird, and Zombie's going to get the read. Floof Crew go up by 1 with 41 seconds remaining.
And that was an incredible read by Zombie there. Those reads are very difficult, because you never know if it's going to bounce off the post or not. Zombie realizing at the last moment that that is just going to bounce straight out, and flipping his car in just the right way to get that past the post, and now they are 2-1 up with only 40 seconds left. But as I say that, Daki, right off the kickoff, is going to tie this one up 2-2 with only 36 seconds left.
And it looks like The teams are starting to warm up a little bit more as a really good kickoff goes Kitten Corp's way. And Floof Crew going to be shaking their heads a little bit at that one. They're going to want that goal back. And they're going to try right here, get it off the kickoff. Alex does get a touch, but just goes to Sharky, who has full boost off the ceiling. Going to look for the pass over to Docky. Not going to be able to find it. Pads throws it out towards the midfield. And Alex trying to find a teammate once again, but Pads too high up on that back wall to be able to get there. Now a big pinch coming out, Zami. Not going to be able to get a touch. Pads will be in the back and puts it towards the corner. 13 seconds remaining, and we might be seeing an overtime here.
Ooh, and a very, very close shot from Alex there. Now Pads trying to just put this one in, just end it in regulation, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. We have overtime in game 1, and this is already showing to be a very, very good matchup here between Kitten Corp and Floof Crew. Now, a bit of confusion here. Zami is going to try and take this one into the corner. Misses that next touch, so Sharky is now going to try and put this one up. Docky with the redirect, and Pads is not able to get up to that in time, and Kitten Corp takes this first game.
And Kitten Corp with the game win off of that. Excellent touch from Docky there for that first win, and they're going to be able to go forward in this one. Excellent win by them to take that first game, and it was really close, Aerolax. They did have to start at first, but as they went on, like, it just seemed like it was more and more the Docky show there.
Oh yeah, it was, and this game was just so very, very close. And as me and Cookie said, we both think that this is going to a game 5, and showing just that one game, I still believe that this is most definitely going to a game 5, and it feels like either team could take this with how that first game went. Kitten Corp had the early momentum there, but then Floof Crew was just able to take it back, and it just felt like momentum was shifting constantly between the teams, and I couldn't really tell who was going to win that first game, but then eventually Kitten Corp ending it in overtime there.
Yeah, and what an excellent shot from them. Definitely coming back when most needed. And you can see there, I think they expected Joshi to take that touch. Wasn't quite able to find it, which ended up being to their benefit. But now everybody's getting ready for game number 2. And this could definitely go any way here. We're going to see if Floof Crew can do what they need to do to bring this back. As we go into game number 2, Kitten Corp 1 up now. And Zami looking for the immediate shot, not going to be able to find it. It is blocked away by the defense. Pads with the early jump. It's going to be an open net. Can they get the goal? It is going to go in. Sharky Boy scores the first early.
Yeah, we see Pads there just committing as the last person back, and that is not what you want to be doing, especially against Kitten Corp, because you know that when they are given an opportunity, they are going to take it. And even though we had a defender very close to saving that, Kitten Corp and Sharky in particular was just able to put that one around. And now Floof Crew looking to immediately respond. Right now, just immediately on the offensive side, but now Sharky gonna try and go for the quick shot. Alex is gonna save it away, possibly get a second touch, a backflip, but Pads is able to bail their teammate out here. And now Floof Crew back on the offensive side. Ooh, a very, very close pass to Pads there. And now we see Kitten Corp trying to get this out of their defensive half, but Floof Crew is just putting on the pressure, and that's gonna crack the Kitten Corp defense. Alex with a really good shot down into the bottom corner.
And a lot of people underestimate Alex as the lowest ranked member of the team, but you cannot count him out when it comes to these shots and saves. He has been doing an incredible job since he joined the roster in keeping that pressure and making sure that everything stays out of the net as needed to be, as he does right there with that incredible shot towards the bottom corner there. A lot of pressure coming up from Floof Crew, and that might be the ticket and what they need to get through this Kitten Corp squad. Now Docky over off the corner. Zami has to go up with little boost. Does beat Bloomy to that touch, though. And now Sharky already changed out of the Cybertruck, it seems. He told me he was going to play into it till they lost, but I guess that's not the case, as he immediately goes back to his well-known Octane. Now Pads up to Zami. Zami gets the doink, but it's not going to be towards net. Sharky Now dunked by Pads. Bloomy is up, but they can't get the touch. And Zombie is going to put in the second one for Floof Crew.
Yeah, and really good positioning by Zombie there. Just waiting to see if anyone's going to hit that. Realizing that Femboy Buns there is not going to get the touch, so just rushing in and putting that one top right. And now they have the lead once again. And now Pads trying to take this one up into the corner, but it's not going to be there. Zombie instead taking this once again into the corner. Sharky's now going to clear this out. It looks like it's a one-on-one situation, but Pads is just really just professional in these situations and is going to save that away quickly.
Ooh.
Now Zombie, a fly ball, but Sharky's going to be there to save it. And a very quick challenge by Pads, which is going to allow Zombie to try and take this. But instead, it's going off into the corner here. A pass into the midfield, but Docky was instead going for demos there. And that might have been a really bad missed opportunity there. And we'll see how that affects them going through into this game.
Now a big 50 in front of the Floof Crew net. Is anybody going to be there? Docky goes up, but he's just not at the right angle for it. Pinches it back towards the midfield, trying to contain the control. Now it's going to be a shot on, though, from Pads. Not able to quite find the angle. Sharky puts it wide. Alex, back to Pads. Is it in the net? It is! And Pads is going to score a third.
What a shot that was from Pads. Just knowing that there was a defender in net and that they had to just put this around them. And they do that with just expert precision there. And now Floof Crew being 3-1 up in this game, all they have to do is just lock down on defense, not let Kitten Corp get any chances, and they will run away with this game too. But as I say that, Zombie going for the double, but Sharky Boy is just barely able to clear that out to the corner there. Now trying to take control, Alex is just going to rush in, but that gives Sharky Boy the opportunity to just try and rush down the field with this. Pads is going to immediately stop that. Now Femboy Vuns trying to pass this mid. Alex is going to be there, once again just being a defensive mastermind for this Floof Crew team. Now Zombie hitting this off the backboard. Docky's going to collect this. And it's starting to look like Kitten Corp is just not getting any more chances, which is very good for Floof Crew here. They're going to be really liking that this is just very solidly in the Kitten Corp half and not giving Kitten Corp any chances on offense here.
And now Alex with the touch. Pads is going to leave that, which might cost them a goal. It is. Baking Loaf there, also known as Femboy Buns, also known as Bloomy to the general public, is going to nail that shot. Taking advantage there, Sharky going for a touch. Could have saved it on that touch, honestly. He might have been looking for a redirect. Definitely not the intent on saving it. But now only a 1-goal game with 1:20 left. Definitely all to play for here in this game number 2, and Pads going to be shaking their heads at that earlier misplay, going to be trying to make up for that with a long clear down the field. Now Alex is going to get this into the corner. Docky has control, and now Pads and Sharky both up. Sharky's going to win on that challenge. Zombie's going to push forward, and Docky just didn't have the boost to move forward on that one very much. Now Zombie, still no boost, but the pass out. No one's going to be able to go up for that. They know Sharky's going to beat them to that ball. Docky to the back wall. Pads with the miss. Zombie's going to have to get up and gets the touch. And now Sharky Boy, last back, gets a long clear. Pads misses the ball again. And this is definitely not like Pads. We usually see them with a lot more accuracy on their touches. Now Alex gonna try and get that mid. Not gonna be able to do it. Pads with the pass out, but nobody's gonna be there. Sharky just gonna take this out to the corner. A 50 on Sharky as 30 seconds flashes across your screen. Pads with one more miss. Zombie gets a crucial touch to keep that out. Docky up above. Is anybody gonna be there? It's gonna be Pads playing it over to the side. Femboy Buns tries to take a touch across the corner. Not gonna be able to find it. Last 10 seconds. Pads just kind of trying to waste time. Bloomy with the touch. Long clear downfield. Sharky keeps it up. Pads gonna put it towards the net. Docky not gonna be able to get the touch. And Floof Crew is going to win that one. And ignore the KC, because that was all Floof Crew at the end there. A good game from them. And they're gonna be able to take this one.
Yeah, and that is a really crucial win by Floof Crew there. Because in these best of fives, you do not want to be on triple match point. Because even if you think you have the advantage, if you're on triple match point, just one slip up in a game, and that will cost you that series. So now we're going 1 game to 1 game into this game 3 here. And we really saw Floof Crew just really showing up in this game. Going down initially, but then Pads and Zombie just really doing a lot on that offense, and Alex as well. Just every single player on that team just really doing their part in this offense here. And oh, what a really good redirect by Pads there.
Yeah, they're definitely showing up, and that is exactly what they need against this squad if they're going to be able to take this. Now we are going to be moving into NA for this next one. So everybody except Docky going to be on the back foot here. I wonder how these teams are going to be able to play on this one.
Yeah, we shall see how that goes, because even though it gives a slight advantage to Docky, who has been popping off in the series so far, it's going to give the disadvantage to every single other player on the pitch here. And we're going to have to see Docky really step up to kind of lead the team here, since they'll have the best ping here in this game. So here we go. Game 3. The 50 is going to go to the Kitten Corp, to Kitten Corp's advantage here, but Alex just immediately going to clear this one out. And trying to get an extra touch there, he does, but it's just going to go straight to Sharky. And getting a little bit scrambly in the corner here, Pads is going to try to be patient here, trying to get a chance here, but it's just going to be cleared out once again. We're seeing a lot of midfield play here, but a good demo, but Zombie is going to be there to save this one out. And now trying to get an offensive pressure of their own. Floof Crew taking this one to the corner, but Sharky Boy is once again just going to be there to just defend this. Now, ooh, a really bad miss. And Zombie with the quick shot, but Bloomy is going to be there for the crucial save. You do not want to go down that quick. And Alex, once again, a very, very close shot here. Floof Crew is really being offensive in this 3rd game, and that might be what they need to take this series.
And demos are always going to be a note of contention here on these servers. It's so much harder to dodge when you're on the opposite server, and Pad's not going to have a problem with that. We'll get that first shot, we'll get demoed in the process, but we'll still go up for Floof Crew here. And you can just see an open net opportunity. They take it really well with the bounce shot, making sure that no one can get back in time. With 3:49 left on the clock, as I was saying, going into this kickoff demos, extremely hard to dodge when you're on that high amount of ping. Also very hard for you to be able to read the ball. You know who isn't having a problem reading the ball, though? It's Sharky Boy, who gets the first for Kitten Corp.
Yeah, just immediately answering that goal from Pads there. Sharky Boy, just a really good shot from the corner there, putting that top left. And Pad was the only defender back there, and just getting it by them was all Sharky needed to do to tie this game up. Now Kitten Corp getting the ball into the Floof Crew half, but none of them are there to take advantage of it. Now Sharky Boy very close on the double there. It's going to go out to Bloomy, who's going to put it high, and Alex is going to clear this one out. Going for the boost, is going to relinquish pressure, giving it to Docky, who's just going to try and clear this one out. A good 50 with Pads there. And Bloomy hitting it off the corner here. Sharky trying to go for the read, but very barely missed that. Now Alex, 0 boost in the tank here, trying to get something here. Instead goes for a bump, and very, very close on the bump there. But Sharky is just barely able to dodge that, and then also block the shot from Zombie here. And it looks like Floof Crew is really starting to add a lot of demos and bumps into their playstyle, which is starting to make Kitten Corp look a little bit hesitant on defense here.
And you can say some really good positioning coming out from these Floof Crew members, being able to be positioned exactly where they need to do. And earlier on that exchange with Alex with no boost, I think he made a really smart play there, continuing to go for the ball, just acting as if he did have boost, making the other team wait there. Now Pads gonna look for an opportunity here, missed the ball earlier, and you can see that they switched over to the Fennec here. Now Sharky with a touch, I think it's going to go right past the net. It was close when it just simply grazed past his wheels with how high that was. Now Alex wins the touch. Sharky going to be the first back. Docky going to put this over to the side, trying to retain possession. And Zombie just going to clear this one out. But Baking Wolf going to be the first one there. Lumi's touch over to the side. He gets past another. Will they be able to get a goal? Zombie doesn't have boost, and Sharky Boy's going to put it over to the corner. And Kitten Corp up by 1.
Yeah, and we see a fake there coming out from Docky. Alex just not able to get the touch there, and Zombie trying to rush back. He had full boost in the tank, but that didn't matter because he was not close enough to make that save. And now Kitten Corp going up 1 goal with 2 minutes left. But the kickoff going very in Floof Crew's favor here. But it's going to get cleared out to the corner here, and Docky trying to keep possession, passes it out to Sharky, and it's a beautiful passing play there. Passing that down to Sharky, who's then just able to slot that from long field there. Just a beautiful shot. And just going up 2 goals in this game with 1:30 left on the clock. And it's starting to look a little bit bad for Floof Crew here.
They are down, but they are not out. However, Docky going to try and make sure they are, but not going to be able to get the touch into the net. Pads, not able to get a read on this one. And I will say, when it comes to ping difference and everything, Sharky has been having good ping on NA servers as of late after getting his internet reconfigured for himself before the start of the league. Meanwhile, Pads doesn't really have the best ping on NA, probably not helping with some of those whiffs that Floof Crew has had, and you can see right there, it might have plagued them a little bit again, as Zombie had an open shot, only able to put that over to the side, and now a demo. Sharky Boy looking for the Doomsday Dish, not able to find it, but still gets Zombie out of the way. No one able to move forward with less than a minute left, and the ball going into the net. It's going to go to Baking Loaf, but I think that was an own goal by Pads.
Yeah, we see Pads there just had to get some sort of touch here. Reversing on the back wall there. That is a really unfortunate position to be in.
I think that was a pool shot.
It might have been. Either way, it's a goal for Kitten Corp. And, ooh, another shot from Pads there. Follow up by Zombie, but it's not going to go in. And with 40 seconds left, being down 3 goals, Floof Crew might just have to just call this one and just go to the next game, trying to figure out what changed in this game that allowed Kitten Corp to be up by 3 in this game. Because it seems that Floof Crew was getting quite a few chances on the offensive side in this game, but it just didn't seem like anything was connecting for them. And it also seems like Kitten Corp was getting a lot more offensive moments as well, but they were really capitalizing on them as well as they could. And nearly just a dribble going right into the back of the net to end the game. But that's going to hit the ground. 4-1 for Kitten Corp, and they are going to be on double match point going into Game 4.
And honestly, I feel like this game was a game for Floof Crew where you can just kind of shake your head, be like, it didn't go our way, we just go next. Everybody's going back to EU for this one. And honestly, looking at how that game went, I would kind of say, you know, that everybody has those games where just everything doesn't work out the way you want it to. They had good opportunities at the start, they had opportunities in the middle, but every time they tried for something, it just wasn't going into the back of the net. It was hitting the post, it was hitting the crossbar. They just couldn't put their shots on, and I think that they'll just have to fix their accuracy just a tiny little bit if they want to take this to a Game 5. But as I said, shake your head, just say that wasn't our game. You guys have 2 more chances to bring this back. And you want to at least try to see Champions Field here. So they're going to do their darndest to try and get to that point.
Yeah, and as you said, going back to EU servers, it's now going to give the advantage once again to Floof Crew since Docky is a US West player. But we shall see how that ping affects these teams here, because we've already had 2 games on EU, and both of them have gone either way for both teams. So this game here, even though we're on EU servers with a slight advantage to Floof Crew, it still could go either way. And we see that here, Kitten Corp getting very early pressure on the Floof Crew defense here, Sharky trying to pass this mid, but Pads is just really starting to show up on the defense here, just clearing that one out. And now Zombie getting that over Sharky, and is going to want to try and pass this mid. It's a light shot, and Daki's going to be able to clear this out easily. Now Sharky calling off his teammate, going for the double, but doesn't have the boost there to get that shot on net. But it looks like Floof Crew is really just scrambling on this defense here, not really able to get much possession. And anytime they get the ball, they're just slamming it down to the Kitten Corp side. And they're going to really want to try and get some possession here in order to push this to a Game 5.
And you can see Pads there just grabbing that corner boost. Might be able to help them retain possession a little bit. However, Sharky Boy gonna do his best to make sure that doesn't happen. Going with the slow dribble. No one knows that he doesn't have a lot of boost. Now, Baking Wolf up for the shot. Not gonna be able to find it. Pads puts it into the corner, and Alex tries to move forward, but gets demoed in the process. Pads getting a demo of their own on Sharky. And now Zombie dunked by one. The shot comes in. Pads is going to be back in the net to be able to save that. Sharky going to keep this up high. No one able to get the challenge. Zombie going to move forward, and they might have an opportunity. They took it a little bit too wide, and now they have to scramble back to defense once more. 3:22 on the clock as they try to get the first goal here. Sharky going to look for the shot, blocked by Pads. Pads has an open net. Has to put it off for the pass. No one's going to be there. No boost on the side of Floof Crew. Now Alex puts one up long, and Pads. Excellent play there, trying to look for the bump on Daki, hoping that physical play will help them out in the long run here. Now the ball about to go over Sharky. Zombie is going to try and take the touch, but it's just going to be a 50. Pads, one more towards the net. Alex is going to be up for this one. It's going to be off of the back wall, and Sharky not going to be able to get a touch. Zombie off the back wall once more. Pads is going to be there. Can't put the shot on target, and we're seeing Floof Crew just whiff ball after ball. Is this one going to go in? No! Aerolax, what's going on with the accuracy of this team?
I don't know. It seems like these posts here are just being the best defender for the Kitten Corp side here. And we're seeing a lot of just misses and whiffs from Floof Crew. We're still seeing a lot of pressure, which is very good for them, but it doesn't seem like any of their attempts are getting even close to getting to the net here. And now it's going back to the Floof Crew side, but Floof Crew have been very good on defense in this game here, really showing up in comparison to that Game 3 where they let in 4 goals. Now it's currently 0-0 with 2 minutes left on the clock, and it seems like both teams just are not able to get anything into the back of the net. And I'm starting to wonder if this one might go 0-0 into overtime for this Game 4.
Oh.
But, ooh, very, very close by Sharky there. Just gets challenged by Zombie. Now Daki trying to get a play off the ceiling. Pads is going to clear this away, but it's going to go right to Bloomy, which will then go right to Alex, which then goes right to Sharky Boy. And Pads with a slight miss, and a little bit of scrambling on the Floof Crew side there. But luckily there was no one on Kitten Corp there to put that one away. Now good demo by Pads. A little bit of confusion.
Oh!
L! And maybe a fake, maybe a whiff, I don't know. Either way, Floof Crew is going to take that goal. 1-0 with only 1:11 left on the clock. And with that goal and that momentum, it looks like we might be going to a Game 5.
And that was a really interesting one. You saw Alex and Pads both going for that ball. You couldn't tell who was going to go for the shot. And turns out Pads was going to. A good fake at the end to make sure that rolls down into the back of the net. However, Sharky gonna try and tie this one up. Can't quite get the touch past. And now Bloomy tries for a touch. It's going to go to Sharky. Sharky gets the 50. Daki up to Sharky. Once again, the double tap not there. And their chances are dwindling. 46 seconds remaining, and Zombie puts it over to the back wall here. Can't get the read, but Bloomy not going to have any boost in the tank. But Pads didn't know that, gave them a little bit of space, and now Sharky's going to be able to move forward. Zombie, not a lot of boost in the tank either. Sharky with the double tap, but it's going to be off in the corner and out. 30 seconds remaining, and now Pads is going to try and clear this down off the field. Trying for the flip reset, not able to find it. Sharky going to take control, and you can see these GC3 players are taking this to the sky most of the time. They're finding that's where the goals are going to be most abundant, but they're not able to find it with the last 10 seconds coming down. All up to Bloomy there. Can't quite get the touch. Pads will be there. Sharky goes for the shot. Docky misses the touch, and it might just drop, and we will be going to a game 5.
And I know that one miss right there is really going to get in the head of Docky there. That was so close to a goal there with just 2 seconds left. And just not able to get that shot on. And Kitten Corp is going to really want that one back, but sadly they cannot get it. We are going to a game 5 in the first series of the day. And I don't know about you, Fade, but I am really excited to see which way this goes.
Absolutely, and the only replay we have to show here is that little beat from Pads there. And again, it's Docky on that, expecting the high ball. Unfortunately, not going to happen, and you definitely think that's going to affect the mental a little bit, especially going into this Game 5 Champions Field for the winners here. That's going to be huge for moving up into the standings, and it's anybody's game at this point, but you got to hope that the mental on Kitten Corp is okay after those misses, as everybody seems to be ready to go. So let's get started, Aerolax. Another Game 5 for the squads. Let's get right into the game.
Here we go. And kickoff immediately going in Kitten Corp's favor. And a little bit of scrambling. It's going to pop a high ball. Bloomy's going to try for the shot, but it's going to be slow. And Patch is going to just take control of this. Going for a shot of their own. Over one, but Sharky is going to clear this one out. But Zami trying for the shot, doesn't have boost, and it's going to be cleared out over to Alex, who's going to try and take control of this. Immediately pinches it out. Pads is going to try and pass this up, but Alex is just not going to be up there for that. And now Pads trying to get control of this in the corner. It's going to be cleared out. Alex, sort of going for a fake there, is now going to try and take control here. Doesn't get the boost. Instead, it's going to Sharky. And Pads trying to clear this one out to the corner. And air dribble goes over Zami. And it's very awkward. Sharky Boy gets the bump on Alex, but there's no one there to get that. And it looked like Docky was trying to eye that goal, but didn't know that Pads didn't have any boost there and just hesitated just a bit too much, allowing Floof Crew to get away from that really dangerous situation. And as we see this game, Floof Crew, once again, just really showing a lot of defensive just mastery in this game, just really able to defend all the shots that Kitten Corp is putting on their net. And that might be all that they need to take this, because every single shot that's going on right now is just getting saved away to the corner. And this game is really starting to look like it might be in Floof Crew's favor, as Alex goes for the shot, but it's going to be barely missed. And then a weird 50 by Zami. He's just going to run away from this. Sharky Boy getting a long clear. Alex going to try and take control of this. Instead, it's going to go up to Bloomy, who's then going to clear it out to Pads. And my goodness, even though it's been on Floof Crew's side most of this game, it still feels like Floof Crew has the advantage. What do you think about that, Fade?
Well, look at the boost totals. They're speaking for themselves. Floof Crew on nothing. They've been having to use all of their boosts on defense, which is really plaguing their team. They can't really find an offensive opportunity when they have to use all their boosts like that. Another big shot coming out from Sharky Boy. Another big save from Pads. And they are going to pick up that boost. Now a miss. All of the team has moved forward. Zami had to put that over to the side. But you can see with Kitten Corp, they're grabbing those corner boosts now. They're getting that boost possession. Docky going for the shot. It's going to be over Alex. Zami and Pads both up for this. And you're going to see that a lot as their boost totals go lower. It's a lot of double commits. And Kitten Corp just waiting for that opportunity to strike. They don't have to put every shot on net. They just have to make sure enough people commit that they can get an open net opportunity. And with so much aggressive pressure coming out for them, you have to think that sometime that this defense is going to crack. But so far, so good for Floof Crew as they move over into the other side. Pads and Dami now on 100 boost. Maybe they're going to be able to do something with this. Docky over to the side. Alex has to go out, and Zami backflips out of that. So Pads has to go up for it. Sharky with the shot. It's going over to Docky. Lows for the shot, and Zami is going to clear it over to the side. Now, Sharky over to Pads. Pads off of that back wall. No one's there for the touch. Zami gets it in front of the net, and it's going to be a great clear away from Kitten Corp. Defense on both sides doing their best, but Alex is going to be there to take the first goal. A minute 26 left, and Floof Crew take the lead.
Oh, we saw just a really good shot by Pads there. Sharky has to make a touch, but it just rolls straight to the hood of Alex's car, who's then able to just pop that way over Docky. And with 1:26 left on the clock, I believe we saw this very early on in one of the other games here, and Floof Crew might be able to just run away with this unless we see possibly some shenanigans from Kitten Corp, possibly some demos to get through this Floof Crew defense, which has been just on lock this entire game.
Oh, Zombie in a weird position there. Does get the touch, though. Sorry to cut you off, but...
No worries.
We have Zombie in the backline. Pads with the touch. It's going to be an open net.
Oh.
And it might just slot in. No, it's off the crossbar. And what's Kitten Corp going to do with this this boon that's been given to them? They need to try and move forward with this and get some momentum on their side, but they just keep getting dunked. Docky with no touch. And Zombie's going to score the second, and this might be Floof Crew's game.
Oh, just a really unfortunate miss there from Docky. Not having much boost to go up for that, and just jumps a little bit too early, which leaves Zombie with just the open net to shoot on. And with 2 goals up, 40 seconds left, this is starting to look really bad for Kitten Corp. They're going to have to get some offense really quick, which is what they do. It goes under Pads, and Docky is going to get that goal differential in half here. Ooh, very close on the bump there, but it looks like Docky didn't need it. Just putting that one bottom left. And with 30 seconds left, this momentum might now be in Kitten Corp's favor as they win yet another kickoff here. Sharky's going to be on 0, which is going to allow Zombie to just immediately play that out, but it's going to go right back to Bloomy. He's going to look for the corner read. It's not going to be good. Now Pads controlling that on the back wall, getting past Sharky, and just a slight mistouch. That could have been the game ender there, but sadly it didn't go in. But Alex just once again putting more and more pressure on the Kitten Corp side. The 50 is going to go down, and Floof Crew is going to take this in Game 5.
And honestly, what a series coming out from Floof Crew, battling back there on that EU server, and they were so close to come back, but Kitten Corp just quite find the goals that they needed in that game number 5. The defense wins out in the end, and Floof Crew gonna take their second win of this RFDL league.
Yeah, and as I said at the start of this series, defense wins games, and that was just very apparent in this series here. Floof Crew was very much on defense for a lot of these games, but was just able to stay calm and get those balls away from the net, which was very crucial in this series win.
Yeah, I definitely think that their defense was something to behold there, and that's going to be really good for the team moving forward. Meanwhile, Kitten Corp did play an excellent game against Floof Crew, and they're going to have another chance next week to kind of make up for that and tie themselves back up in the standings at 2-2. But for now, guys, we are going to have a little bit of a break, and next up, we are going to have Fox Clan versus Rule No. Going to be a little bit of an interesting one. We'll explain more after the break.